Hello everyone, this is Ross Garcia with the Loan Modification Clinic, and I'm bringing you a video, and what we're talking about today is two loans. Not one loan, but two loans, and how can we save money on each loan, okay? So I want to do a loan today for $300,000 and another loan for $80,000, which is a loan of $380,000. So it's $380,000 loan, okay? Now, the way people buy homes is usually they don't have the money to buy the house, but the bank wants to give them the money, okay? Putting people in debt. And this has been going on for years. So what they do is they say, okay, well, we're going to give you a loan for $300,000 and we're going to give you a 4.25 interest rate on that loan. But we're also going to give you another loan for $80,000 as a down payment, okay? So that's your down payment, which is called a 20% loan, no money down, and this is your 80% loan over here, okay? Now, obviously you have to pay taxes and insurance, so with escrow, this loan is $600 in escrow, and what you're paying on this loan in principal is $413 according to this interest rate right here, okay? So you're paying $413 in principal, and in interest you're paying $1,062, which is a lot of money. Now if you add up the escrow with the principal and interest, you're looking at a payment of $2,075, okay? Now we also have a 20% loan with an interest rate of let's say 7%, okay? And on that, your payments are $532 based on 30 years, okay? So this is a 30-year loan. Now this was no money down. So this is a no money down loan, no money down. And this was used to buy the home, so that way the person didn't have to pay. It's called an 80-20 loan. This has been going on for, over 10 years. And this is one of the reasons why the economy crashed in 2008, 2009. So we add up both of these and we come up with a payment of $2,607, okay? Now, the whole point is to get rid of the $2,000, the $2,607, because this person lost his job. He might have got unemployed. He might have lost overtime, and he called the loan modification clinic. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to erase this scenario. Now, keep in mind, the payment is $2,607, and he's going to stop making payments on the 20%. So this is going to go default because he can't afford the payment. He lost his job, and the house... Maybe the house, total he owes $380,000. Maybe this house is only worth $275,000, right? Why? Because when the economy crashes, because of what we're seeing with the coronavirus and the stock market, the Federal Reserve just announced that they're lowering interest rates to under 3%, okay? So, I don't have the exact number, but I'm thinking they're going to go back to 2%. They've been at 2% for over 10 years, guys. They've been at 2%, okay? And, this coronavirus, COVID-19, according to what they call it, it's affecting everyone in the world. It's not just California, New York, Australia. It's everywhere, okay? And people have mortgages. People have jobs. We have schools shutting down. We have the whole grid basically closed. And it came out of China. We don't really know where it came from, but it's affecting the economy because we're directly linked to China. Imports are not coming in. Exports are not going out. What does the Federal Reserve do? In a panic, they say, we're lowering interest rates. But they should have did that 2 years ago. They didn't want to lower interest rates. It's too late now, guys. The bubble will pop, and loan modifications is the future. for the simple fact that these banks have been making trillions of dollars off of us working for 30 years to pay these high interest rates. And not only just high interest rates, but properties that have went down in value that are now worth what you owe on the house. And you work for 30 years to find out that the house isn't worth what you paid for. And some areas might go up in value, but most of the areas in the US have not went up in value. For instance, you can have a $300,000 house that you bought in 2008, and that property is still worth $300,000. But guess what? It's been 12 years. The house should be worth $350,000, right? You should at least have a little bit of equity. That's not the case. So what we're going to go back into is the 80% loan, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to take the same 80% loan, which was $300,000, and we're going to lower the interest rate to 2.5%, okay? Just to be on the safe side, we're going to lower the rate to 2.5. Principal is $560, okay? Now, interest is, it has went down dramatically, $625. Escrow stays the same, not unless we find out that the 20% loan of $300,000 that the property is only worth $275, and in some cases that happens, guys. And if that's the case, then we're going to show that appraisal to the county to lower your escrow of $600. Okay, so we add up these numbers and we come up with a total of $1,785. Okay, now what did we have before? Well, the old scenario had an 80, just like we discussed right now, and the 20. The old scenario had an 80% loan, okay, of $2,075, okay, plus the 20 of $532, which they defaulted on. This was a default. They weren't able to pay the house, so that's why they called the loan modification clinic. Now the number to call is 773-847-2200. Doesn't matter if you're in California, Chicago. This is USA, nationwide, okay? Call the number 773-847-2200. You know, and I love doing these videos because I'm giving back. I'm giving information that I've been taught working for banks. For years I've worked for banks, worked for Chase Bank. But the thing is that if you want to save $1,075, you're looking at a payment of, in this case, there's a savings from here to here, okay? And that savings is $1,785 minus what you're paying, $2,075. That's a savings of $290 a month, okay? Now, that's not a lot, but you got to remember, this person is not paying the 20 anymore. So we had to add another $535 to what he's saving, which is kind of funny because at the end of the day, that 20% loan could be negotiated for pennies on the dollar. And that's why it's important for you guys to call the loan modification clinic, 773-847-2200. We're here to help, guys. And, you know, this virus situation, coronavirus, could be an excuse by the banks because all we see is fear by the media scaring people. And guess what? The banks are not going to be blamed for this next depression, this next stock market crash. And I feel like the banks, this is the excuse. This is the excuse that they needed to wipe their hands clean and say, we're not at fault. And guess what? The middle class becomes the poor class. And there's a transfer of wealth that's happening right now. We're not participating. This is one of the ways where we could participate in the transfer of wealth and say, hey, guess what? I'm tired of paying you guys the 4.25. I want to pay you guys the 2.5. And that's why it's important for you guys to call. It doesn't matter if you're in Chicago, Florida, New York, California. We're able to help you regardless what city you're in. This crisis will affect everyone, not just U.S. It will affect everyone worldwide because there's no movement. So in this case, we have a savings of $290 on the first loan and $535 on the second loan, which brings us to a total savings of $825 a month. So if you're trying to save $825 a month on your house, it's important that you guys give us a call. This is Ross Garcia with the Loan Modification Clinic, bringing you information that I've learned for years. I've been in the business for over 15 years. Give us a call, the Loan Modification Clinic. Have a good one. Peace out.